Good evening, folks. This is Bill Breeden. Welcome to my Constellation Tour number 35. Tonight we're going to talk about a major signpost of spring. We're going to talk about Leo the Lion. Leo the Lion is one of the major signposts of the night sky. And tonight we get to talk about it, so I'm really excited about this. Leo the Lion is located near the celestial equator. And it also lies along the ecliptic, meaning that the sun does pass through the constellation of Leo. And that also means the moon and planets also pass through Leo the Lion, making it a constellation of the zodiac. Now I have Stellarium set up here for April the 22nd, 2021 at about 9:33 p.m. And I chose that date because I chose it for two reasons. One, Leo the Lion is a signpost of spring, best viewed between March and May. So in mid to late April, it rides high in the sky. Leo is also visible as early as February and as late as June, although you'll be in February you'll see it just rising in the east, and in June you'll see it just setting in the west. So it's best viewed between March and May. So let's have a look at let's see how we can find Leo the Lion. Now, normally to find other constellations, you would use these major signposts. And as it turns out, Leo is a major signpost. So with it being mid-spring, let's just take a look outside, look south, and look high up in the sky for the backward question mark right here. That's also known as the sickle. That is the head of Leo the Lion. And if you look back here, you'll also see a triangle of stars. That would be the back end of Leo the Lion and the tail. So this here is Leo. Another reason I chose the date that I did is when observing constellations along the ecliptic, many times you have to contend with the moon or bright planets. And that can be a good thing or not, depending on what you're trying to do. So if you were outside tonight on April 22nd, 2021, looking and you were observing the moon, that would be great. You would also be within the boundaries of Leo the Lion. If you were trying to observe deep sky objects, fainter objects in the sky, the moon could be a problem with its associated light pollution. So we have to contend with that here during our simulation. Let's go ahead and have a closer look at the moon. The moon is in a waxing gibbous phase. So it's going to be a little bit of a nuisance here as we try to observe Leo the Lion. But we're trying to make these simulations as realistic as possible, and sometimes you just have to contend with moonlight. So let's show you the boundaries of Leo and also where the ecliptic lies. Now this yellow line here does show where the sun travels throughout the year. And starting on August 10th each year, the sun will enter Leo the Lion and will exit Leo and cross into Virgo on September the 16th, meaning that during those months, Leo is not visible in the night sky because it's up during the daytime. So the best times to view Leo the Lion are in the spring, when the sun is on the other side of the sky. So let's take a look at the constellation lines. And you can see that Leo here is depicted with this backward question mark and this triangle back here. So it's a signpost of spring. We use it to find a lot of other constellations. We use it to find Cancer the Crab. We use it to find Leo Minor. We use it to find Virgo. We use it to find Coma Berenices. So Leo is our friend. And this bright star here that makes the dot of the question mark, that is the bright star Regulus. It's a first magnitude star that lies 79 light years from Earth. Let's take a look at the boundaries of Leo again. Leo actually includes all of the sky enclosed by this red line here. So it's actually a pretty large constellation. Okay, Regulus itself is a double star. Now I'm not sure how easy it is to split. So let's have a look at it through the finder scope. And I think I've looked at this with my scope several times, and I'm not sure I've ever been able to split it easily. It may have a component here next to it, and I'm not sure that's part of the double star. It might be. See, this is a 24 millimeter panoptic. Let's see what this little star is next to it. That's an 8th magnitude. It may be a companion. That may be it. Let's see if Regulus splits even again. Not really, at least not with Stellarium. So I'm going to go ahead and throw caution to the wind and say that the double star they're referring to is this pair here. That actually is a striking pair. I'll have to try that next time I'm outside in the spring. Okay, we have another pretty famous star in Leo the Lion that is a double star, and that is Algebra. And if I remember correctly, it's this one or this one. I think it's this one. Nope. It's this one. I should have went with my first mind. Gamma Leonis, or Algebra, turns out to be a double star, and it's one of the better ones in the sky. This is a 2nd magnitude star, lies 125 light years from Earth. And through the finder, we get a view of a companion about a degree away. And if we look at it through a 9 millimeter Delight eyepiece, it doesn't look like it's splitting here, but there are 2 more components off to the side. Let's see if Algebra splits again. Seems like it does. There we go. Yeah, that's a close double, a gold and blue one. So that one's going to require a little bit more power, maybe a 6 or 9 millimeter eyepiece, and maybe even with a Barlow. Might be the best way to split Algebra, or Gamma Leonis. Okay, Leo the Lion is not only a signpost of spring, but it is chock full of Messier objects. So let's dive right in. Let's go to a dark site, even though we've got a waxing gibbous moon in the sky. And let's turn off the star names. There we go. Makes it a little more realistic. So you can see, let's see, was that it? That was Algebra. You can see Algebra is almost a naked eye double. That's interesting. So let's go for the first Messier object in Leo the Lion, and that's M65. And let's take a look at it through the finder. Now, through the finder scope, you can see the galaxy M65. And you can also see another galaxy here and another galaxy here. Now these three galaxies taken together are known as the Leo Triplet, one of the finest areas of the sky to observe. What you want to use is your lowest power eyepiece. And let's go with a 24 millimeter panoptic. And you can see with the 24 millimeter eyepiece, you can see M65, and you can also see one of the other galaxies of the Leo Triplet, and that's M66. That's the next one we were going to look at. These galaxies lie about 35 million light years from Earth. So when you're looking at the Leo Triplet, you're looking back in time 35 million years. Pretty mind-bending, actually. Now, if you use a much lower power eyepiece, what I'm simulating here, you can actually fit all three components of the Leo Triplet in the same field. M66, M65, and then the third component is NGC 3628, otherwise known as the Hamburger Galaxy. And this one's actually even farther back. It's 45 million light years away, where these two components are 35 million light years away. So this one's actually 10 million light years further out into space. So spend some time with the Leo Triplet. Let's take a look at where that is again in the sky. Let's go back to naked eye view. And to find the Leo Triplet, you want to go, here's Regulus, and here's the next brightest star in Leo is Denebola, this one here. And it looks like you want to just go, I'm not sure what the best way would be to find it. Maybe use these two stars in Leo and then just come down a little bit. That might be the best way to star hop to the Leo Triplet, is just to use Denebola and this star here, which is Theta Leonis, and sort of come off this star here. That would probably be the way I would do it, to find the Leo Triplet by star hopping. Okay, the next object I have on the Messier list within the boundaries of Leo is M95. And M95 is going to be obscured by moonlight, so this will be fun. So let's go ahead and look at it through the finder. And you can see that M95 is a ninth magnitude galaxy located 32 million light years away. So let's have a look at it through my 24 millimeter panoptic eyepiece. It looks like a face-on grand design spiral. I would recommend not trying to observe this when there's a waxing gibbous moon in the sky, especially if it happens to be in Leo. We're competing with bright moonlight. Okay, the next galaxy I have on my list is M96. And M96 looks like it's right next to M95. And if you look at where it is in Leo, it looks like it's between Theta Leonis and Regulus, and you just come down just a tad, halfway between those two stars. So yeah, here was M95, and M96 is right over here. So let's have a look at M96 through the eyepiece. This is a beaut. This one is located 31 million light years from Earth. It shines at magnitude 9. Okay, I have one more Messier object located within Leo the Lion, and that is M105. Oh, could that be any closer to the moon? And through the finder, it looks like M105 is located within a nice little cluster of 3 galaxies. That's interesting. This is an elliptical galaxy that shines at about 10th magnitude, located 32 million light years away. And you put a low power eyepiece on this one and you're going to get a couple of other faint galaxies in for the bargain. So we've got M105 at 10th magnitude. I don't think these other galaxies are labeled here with the software. Let's see. No, they're not. So they're background galaxies. They must be obscure for them not to be listed and cataloged here within Stellarium. Okay, let's return to naked eye view. And this concludes my tour of Leo the Lion tonight. Good night and good seeing.